Okay, today let's talk about crystals. It is a new thing that they are going to add to the game about a week later. And well, it's not really that big of a change, all things considered. It's just like a currency. But it can have a huge impact in the game, either in a good or bad way. And let's first have a look at details first. So before you buy the items directly, so you just pay and then you get the packs, for example. But after that, after the update, you will be buying crystals and then using those crystals to buy items instead of just buying them directly. Um, so that's basically like a lot of other gacha games, like Saint Quartz, for example. You're just buying those first, and then you use those to like roll. And there's like a bit more information. Crystals are an item you purchase with money, and then you can use them to buy stuff like card packs, structure decks, accessories, and then from now on you will be buying those with crystals, and also gems will still be a thing. They won't be changing that, and then item pricing may differ depending on where you buy the crystals from. Okay, so what do I think about this is that, well, for me, personally, as a big spender in this game, I don't really care or mind because currency like these are favored towards huge spenders anyway. Because what you can do is usually in gacha games like these, you buy these currencies in bulk and then they get cheaper, right? If you buy a small amount, it's usually more expensive, and then you buy more in bulk, and then that has more value, like the gems in Master Duel, for example. So that could be a good thing if you're like buying stuff in general, because some stuff just don't have like that much of a reduced price anyway, but if you buy them in crystals first and then you buy those things, and you might get a bit more return if you decide to pay a lot. And also another good thing for me, as a content creator, is that I can just open packs on stream now, because I don't have to worry about like my payment information being on screen. I don't have to like turn off my screen and then make the purchase and then turn my screen back on again, right? I can just buy the crystals in bulk and then I can open packs on stream, and that can be something that I can do, but that's not that big of a deal. But what will be a big deal is if you don't spend that much money as I do, right? Many people don't spend hundreds of dollars whenever a new box comes out and try to get free copies of everything. If you just buy like a structure deck once in a while, for example, this might be a bad thing depending on how they implement this, right? For example, let's say a structure deck costs 200 crystals, and then you go to the page where you buy crystals, and then you discover that they either have a bundle for like 100 crystals or a bundle for 500 crystals. And then the 500 crystal one is obviously going to be cheaper, right? Because it has more crystals, and usually those are cheaper than if you buy a small amount. And then you have a choice to either buy two 100 crystal packs and lose a bit of money, or you buy 500 crystals and then you just have like 300 crystals left over. And so, like, that's like a monetization strategy that they can use to like force you to spend more money on stuff that you don't actually need yet. And that's a big reason why a lot of gacha games use these kind of currencies anyway, is to like add an additional step towards just buying the stuff directly, so that you get a bit more desensitized when you buy stuff in bulk. And they can also like just like it's more like a psychology thing. So that can be bad if you don't plan to spend a lot of money. And also another thing is that they say prices may differ compared to former purchase methods. You can just jack up the price. Like when they implement crystals, they can just make, for example, if one crystal is like $1, just for easy comparison. If box is like if a structure deck is like $10, And maybe after the crystals are added, maybe they're like 12 crystals, and then now it's more expensive. They just like secretly up the price when they add the crystals into the game. They can very much do that. It's like there's nothing stopping them from just increasing the prices of everything when they put this into the game. And well, that's obviously very bad if they do that. But you know, I like to be optimistic, and I like to hope that things will generally be cheaper than they used to be, especially if you buy the crystals in bulk. And in that case, that would be a good thing. And also, we could also have hope that we could get crystals even if you don't pay, right? It says you purchase with money, but it doesn't say you only get them with money. And even if you get only like a very, very small amount of crystals, like every year also, maybe like every anniversary you get like a very small amount of crystals, that's also fine. Like, just the fact that we can get crystals for free, like if we get them for free at all, allows us to basically buy paywall stuff. Like if you don't spend a single dollar in this game, you can still like use that very small amount of crystals every year, for example, and you can use them on paywall stuff like multiple structure decks. If there's like a very good structure deck, you can just get multiple copies of that structure deck, and then you can get those paywall cards, because you know you can only get one structure deck per player using gems only. So that can be good if they decide to be good to us and give us crystals for free as well, in addition to, you know, paying for the crystals. And well, this is less directly related to the crystals themselves, but the fact that they're adding crystals very close to the large update makes me think that they're probably not going to add, you know, crafting that people really, really want to have in Duel Links, because they're adding this instead. I mean, they can still add crafting after they add crystals. It's very unlikely, because of how they are going to, you know, try to monetize the entire crystal thing. But yeah, seeing this basically means there's not a very big chance that we're gonna get more quality of life updates that help us, you know, get cards easier. So yeah, all in all, I think this can go either way. It can either be like good in general if it is more lenient in the pricing, and if you can also maybe get a small amount just completely free, or it can just be like really bad. It can you know, destroy the game entirely if they like overdo the monetization of the crystal thing, and then they do it in like such a predatory way that it's just like a scam basically. So yeah, I like to feel optimistic in things like these. I always like to be optimistic in everything. I feel like it's just really no point in trying to like doom post everything. So I will be checking out how they implement this once they come out, and then I'll give my thoughts afterwards, probably. And we'll see how well they managed this entire thing. So let me know if you're like excited or if you're pessimistic. I mean, there is an argument for both. I like to feel optimistic, but that's just me. Let me know what you think, and if that's like a good idea to be in the game in general. If you don't care, or if you hate it, or if you like it, let me know. And yeah, that's it. Bye.